Here is question 3a. So the question's asking about margins of error, and it tells us that we've got some information from the 2006 and 2008 surveys where our margin of error was 3.8% and 4.5%. And they want us to explain why they are different. So there's a little paragraph there that gives us some more detailed information. So let's have a look. So we've got these two percentages and we need to think, well, why are they different? So let's think about what rule of thumb we're using. So the rule of thumb we're using is 1 over the square root of n. So if my margin of error is smaller, does that mean my sample size is also smaller, or does it mean my sample size is bigger? And what I want you to think about is if you've got more data, are you going to be more accurate or less accurate? And if we've got more data, surely we're going to be more accurate. And if we're more accurate, then our sample size will get smaller. Sorry, our margin of error will get smaller. So if we've got a larger sample size, our margin of error will get smaller. Equally, if you look at the formula, 1 divided by the square root of n, as the number on the bottom of a fraction gets bigger, the fraction itself gets smaller. Okay, so think about, for example, 1 over 2, 1 over 3, 1 over 4, 1 over 5. As the number on the bottom gets bigger, the fraction itself is getting smaller. So the smaller the margin of error, the bigger the number on the bottom. So that's what we want to be able to say, is that our margin of error is based on that sample size. And so because the 2006 survey has a smaller margin of error, that means it must have a larger sample size. So we need to be able to say that, therefore, the sample size in 2006 is bigger than the sample size in 2008. And for achieved, you just need to tell me a little bit about the fact that the sample size affects the margin of error, and for the merit you need to justify it and explain why it's different and therefore which sample size is bigger. Now you can go on to calculate that, but you can also do it through reasoning.